Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 18th of July 2024. Just before we get into the alert, just to let you know, there'll be no market alert tomorrow morning, so I will see you back in Monday's edition. Okay, so Nasdaq pukes to worst day in 19 months yesterday. Bonds and black gold are bid. This is the biggest 5-day small over large cap outperformance in history. So very strange things going on at the moment. Tech rout hits stocks while Haven FX rally hits the dollar. And US stocks mostly tumbled with tech hit on China tariff and restriction fears. And then finally yesterday's UK inflation was unchanged, which you can see there came out at 2%, no difference than the previous. So let's move on, have a look at the markets and see what happened during yesterday and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, another up day, and you can see a bit of supply coming into the market as prices moved higher. That said, overnight prices are putting a new all-time high for the Dow, 41,353, up from yesterday's 41,298. Obviously not as big a bar as a Tuesday, but nonetheless Wednesday still moving prices to the upside for the Dow there. In the German DAX, this was sideways to lower for yesterday. Prices down on the overnight at the moment as well. Coming down and testing the averages as well, which was interesting, both the 20 and the 50. We look at the 30-minute prices down, then it stabilised for a bit, then had another sell-off there. Which was at 12.30, and then prices managing to rally back there. And then overnight prices struggling with the close and the DP, and the market's just traded below this as well, so watch out for that low. Once more, notice yesterday as well, prices trading down to the S3. The S3, 99% of the time the market will stop at this level, and it did. And prices are bouncing off this point. Meanwhile, in the S&P 500, no new all-time high yesterday. It was 5 points off this price. Selling there, as it said in the headlines, small with tech stocks, small caps outperforming the large ones on record. But yesterday, the S&P seeing some selling coming into the market there. In the tech sector, it started obviously with the cash market. It had already been marked down in the electronic session, but the cash market, you can see the volume there. Overnight though, prices sitting at the close, not near the low at the moment. And the FT100 reaction to the inflation numbers, market managing to move higher. Still stuck in that sideways range, so you can see we're range bound consolidating, whatever you want to call it there. And yesterday morning, down on the inflation news, 89% retracement and then up. And the only market that I look at is actually above yesterday's high already in the pre-cash market session there. US dollar down sharply yesterday. You can see that moving down with some selling. The irony is that silver got absolutely hammered yesterday, so let's have a look at the metals. And in silver, crushed yesterday, down to the 20-bar moving average, trying to move back up overnight. Pure and blatant manipulation. This is, given that it's inversely related to the US dollar. It went down with the dollar. Not seen that for a while. 30-minute chart, there you go. Let's just crush it. Came in and sold the market off after the London fix, a couple of hours after, 15:30. Down she goes overnight to the market, trying to get back above the close, but we haven't traded below yesterday's low yet. Meanwhile, in the gold market, another new all-time high was made yesterday. So you can imagine what the gold-silver ratio is going to look like in a moment. But new all-time high for gold there at 2483. Like I say, the 2,500 is on the cards, and I suspect they'll then come in and give the market an absolute pounding, unless there is something sinister going on, because it's odd. What we're seeing at the moment is really odd, with the metals moving higher, stock markets making new all-time highs, silver being crushed. Very strange activity. So unless there's something big coming down the line, as I mentioned yesterday. So anyway, gold up 483, only $17 off the 2,500, and then, like I say, you might get a big sell-off. If you do, then silver's going to get absolutely hammered. If we can get hammered when gold's making new all-time highs, then I dread to think what they'll do with the price if they start selling gold. And once again through the DP overnight, but yeah, I mean, there was a pullback yesterday to the DP, and at the moment we're just through the DP, so the DP's been holding the price of gold to the upside there. Let's have a look at the gold silver ratio, and as I mentioned yesterday, it was about getting above these levels, and certainly did, and expect it to continue is all I can say on this one, because if gold does manage to do 2,500, there will be profit taking at that level, that's for sure, and then you'll see the price of silver getting hammered to the downside, which will be no surprise to anybody who's followed this market for a very long time. Still the most undervalued asset on the planet, and at $30 an ounce. Let's just have a look at, I think that's what it was fixed at yesterday, $30.92. Well, it's lower than that now. That was before they came in and sold the derivatives. You'll see that it was just under $4 spread as well, but yeah, you'll see that price going way below 30 to around 28, I think, if I recall. Let's just have a quick look at this. So I think it was 28, wasn't it, when we got to the last support in this market down here? Yeah, 28.64. So wouldn't be surprised at all to see the market head back down to this level if gold does have a sell-off, if it makes the 2,500 level. Right, let's have a look at yesterday's market. We saw the inflation numbers coming out. They came out the same. Prices then moved down as there was no positive in those numbers. And then we got to the start of the trading session as the market came back towards the low, took the profits off the table, which was a good move because then it came rallying all the way back there. Then there was another potential short, again taking the profits at the S1 because they'd already shown that they wanted to try and bring this market back. So taking the profits there as well. And then it was back down, got out too soon there, as you can see, as it retested the low, then came off the low once more as a small scalp profit. Then we go into the mid-morning as the market then broke the low. There you got all of the averages on the short side, and the market just moved down to the S3. S3, as I mentioned already, is an area where the market likes to find support in these pivot points, and then market brought all the way back 100 points to the low there. Afternoon market up with the initial movement in the Dow. We then have a losing trade there as the market came back and found support at the lows. That really stacked against you, isn't it, really, when you got the 200 MA and the low there. Prices then trade sideways, come back down. This time they stop at the 50 EMA before reversing, so a scalp trade there, another scalp to the upside. It went back to the S1 and then back to the short side, and again the market just coming back through the low and then back through the low, so down and up, and again that 200 MA eventually giving way with the Dow moving to the downside. Well, the S&P more so than the Dow, but like a magnet still trying to come back, as you can see there, as it goes into the evening session. And overnight, at the moment, the market is sideways, which you'd expect is around 6 o'clock-ish. And market, all of the averages on the downside at the moment. So to move back to the upside, you're going to need a bit of buying coming in there to get back above the DP and then change the direction of all of those averages. The high is about 80-90 points away, as is the low there as well. So let's see what happens at 7 a.m. when the electronic market and futures kicks in with earnest there. Okay, that's it for this one. Have a great day, and tomorrow and weekend, and I will see you in Monday's edition of the Market Alert. So with that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.